this is Cindy from Stamped with Aloha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an alternative project that I designed using the October 2021 paper pumpkin kit called Peaceful Christmas. So let's go ahead and get started with today's project. All right, so this month's paper pumpkin kit came in this beautiful green box, and inside the box were all the supplies to create these Christmas cards here. And so what I did was I went in a completely different direction, and I used these pieces to create this project here. So what this is a little tag holder. So this box opens up like this, and then when you open it up, you have a variety of tags on the inside. Now in this kit, I was able to use the supplies to create 9 gift tags, and I only had to add a little minimal amount of additional supplies. So let me show you how I created these tags. So first of all, the card bases look like this, okay? And because they're white on the opposite side, I was able to use this tag here from the TaylorMade tags. And what I did is I just lined it up on the card and I die cut a tag out of it just like that. So when I die cut those tags, they look like this. And then if I wanted to do a white tag, I would just die cut it in the opposite direction, and then we'd have white tags, okay? Also, if I wanted to do a plaid tag, I had a couple of different options. I have this piece here, so I could die cut a tag on this piece, or also you had some plaid to work with on the inside of the envelope. Although the inside of an envelope is a little bit lighter weight, so it would be better to make your tag base out of this slightly heavier cardstock, okay? Now, you can see wherever you see these shiny trees right here, these were made by just cutting up pieces from the envelope. Where you see the circle here and the circle here, that was made by using this piece right here. Where you see this little piece straight across there, that was made by cutting this piece up. And then you have the background design that's here, that came from the envelope as well. On this tag here, you'll see some vellum trees. All I did was take the vellum trees, I cropped them, and then I inked up a sponge with my Shaded Spruce ink. I rubbed off some of the excess ink, and then I blended ink over top of the vellum to color it so that we'd have some colored green trees. Now in the background, you'll notice some texture. So that texture came from the Wintry 3D embossing folder. So I have these 2 textures that come in that embossing folders. We have the pine and the snowflakes. Okay, so these tags that you see here, these all came from the Taylor tag punch that looks like this. When you punch it, a piece comes out like this. And the reason why I used my own tag rather than the tag that came in the kit was that there was only 6 of these. And so I was able to make, I was able to just feature this tag on the front of the box. And then that way I could use this one to put on a variety of tags that I made. Now the only thing that I did with this tag is that I just laid it on here, and then I would just crop off the edges after I glued it down, just so that it would fit within the perimeter of this tag, okay? And so basically that's it. You can just pause the video if you want to take a screenshot of what those tag designs look like, or you can check them out on my website at stampedwithaloha.com, where I'll share a picture of these. All right, but today I want to focus on teaching you how to make this fun little box, okay? So let's get started with that. Okay, so we are going to begin with a 4x11 piece of Shaded Spruce cardstock. I'm going to place it inside my Stampin' Trimmer here, and I'm going to line it up at 1 inch, okay? I'm going to close this, and I'm going to score this at 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to open it up, I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch on the opposite side. Okay, then I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to line it up at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to score it. And then I'm going to move this down to 5 inches. And I'm going to score it. And then I'm going to move it over to 6 inches. And I'm going to score it. And then I'm going to go one more time at 10 1/4 inches. And I'm going to score it. Okay? And that's all the scoring for this piece. All right, next what we're going to do is take out a bone folder, and we want to crease on all of those scored lines. We want to make them nice and flexible. So I'm going to use my bone folder to go over all of those lines. And by doing this, this will just help everything to fold up nicely. Okay, and then we have these at the top and this one here as well. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some folding. So I want you to look at this middle section here, this little box in the middle. What we're gonna do is we are going to make a crease in here. And so the way we're gonna do that is we are going to press here, and we are gonna take this line, this scored line, and we are gonna line it up with this scored line right there. Okay, so I'm gonna press and I'm gonna bend it, just like that, okay? So I've lined it up like that. I'm gonna turn it over, and then I'm gonna use my bone folder to crease it, okay? All right, now, if you didn't catch that, don't worry, because I'm gonna do it 3 more times. Okay, so next we're gonna come over on this side of the square. So we have this straight line here. We want this line to line up with this line. So I'm gonna press it in the middle. As I press it, I'm going to bring it over, and let's see if I turn it around this way, you might be able to see it better, okay? And we're going to line it straight up like that. I'm pinching it together. I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm going to use my bone folder to crease it. Okay, then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm gonna press it in, and I'm gonna bring that up like this. Press it down, and crease it. And then one last time right here. So we wanna bring this line, and we wanna line it up here. So we're gonna push that in, pull this over, line it up like that, turn it down, and use our bone folder. Okay, and by making those creases, that's what's gonna form the bottom of our box, okay? Now what we're gonna do next is we are going to add some glue, okay? But we only wanna add glue from this point here up to the top scored line there. So just in this middle section. We don't want to put any glue on the 3/4 inch section here or here, and we don't want any glue in here, okay? So let me get out my liquid glue, and I'm going to go ahead and place glue in the middle here and in the middle here. And I'm going to press it down. And then I'm going to turn this to this side, and I'm going to add glue in here and some glue in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna press it down. Oops, a little bit too much glue. Okay, so you wanna give that a little bit of time to dry. And then for the next step, we're going to take the detailed trio punch. And then you're gonna just take one of the ends, you're gonna place it in the punch. I'm gonna try really hard not to shake my camera, but I might a little bit. And I'm going to punch. And notice how I have to stand. Punch it again. Okay, and now we are gonna round just one end, okay? It doesn't matter which end you wanna round. You just wanna make sure one of them is rounded. So now this rounded portion here, that's gonna be the back of the box. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this piece here, and we are gonna cut a 1 3/4 inch by 4 piece of this plaid cardstock, okay? So I have that right here. I'm gonna turn this over. I'm gonna add my adhesive, and then I'm going to mount that on the back. 1 3/4 by 4. And then next, we're gonna take one of the card bases that looks like this. You can choose a pretty tree that you wanna highlight on the front of this, and you're gonna cut that at the same dimension. So 1 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So I'm gonna add my adhesive, and then that's gonna go right here. Next, we're gonna take out this little tag, and then I'm gonna be using Shaded Spruce ink. This is the same color of the ink spot that came in the kit. And then I'm gonna ink up the Shaded Spruce with my Merry Christmas stamp, and I'm gonna stamp it. And then we're gonna add the second stamp that says, "To you and yours." Okay. Next, I'm gonna take out this sheet here, and I'm going to take out one of these little red banners. Now I want this banner to go behind the Merry Christmas, but it's too long. So what I'm gonna do is take out my snips, I'm gonna snip it in half, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive on it right here. And I'm gonna slide it on the back so that it just sticks out a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Add a little bit of adhesive and place it on there. Then I'm going to grab my dimensionals and I'll place 2 dimensionals on the bag. Peel off the backing, and then this is going to go right here at the bottom of the box. And then I'm going to use one of these cute little embellishments that came in the paper pumpkin kit, and I'm going to place one of those right there to dot the I of the word Christmas, okay? And then when you open up this box, it just nicely goes together and forms the bottom of the box. And then you're going to take your tags. So we have these tags. Now on the tags, I use jewel rhinestones, but when I remake another set, I'll use these embellishments. But I have 1 rhinestone on every tag. I'm kind of matchy-matchy like that. All right, so here they are once again. And then I'm going to stack them all together. Open up the box. I'm going to fit them in there like so. And then when you close this, you take the rounded portion and you open this up, and then you just slide that rounded portion into the front of the box, and you just fit it in nicely like that. And it slides together, and you have the cutest little tag box. All right, before I go, I want to show you where I got this template. So we recently had a Stamped with Aloha Penguin Party Stamp Camp, and at that event, my teammate, demonstrator Zenny Lucy, showed how to make this cute little purse. Now this purse is made in the exact same way I just made this little tag holder. So at the camp, Zenny shared different ways you could enlarge or reduce this template to make different sizes to hold different things. This purse is designed to hold cards. So when you open it up, it opens up the exact same way as the tags, but inside here are cards and envelopes. I don't have the envelopes in there, but this will fit 6 little mini note cards and 6 envelopes. And these were all made with that beautiful Whimsy and Wonder paper. And so I hope I have that name right, but aren't they pretty? And so then these just go together, you add the envelopes, and you have plenty of space to fit them in the purse. And then we have that seasonal label as a latch, and you have this cute little project. So thank you, Zenny, for teaching me how to make this fun purse, which inspired this project that I was able to do for my paper pumpkin kit this month. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this project today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll come back and stamp with me again soon. Until then, aloha.